Happy New Year, my loves. I hope all is well. I hope you guys brought in the new year with love, success, prosperity. I'm super excited to get this first video out there, and obviously January 1st started off with Makeup Monday. I didn't do Makeup Monday last week because it was Christmas Eve and I was with my family. But for this New Year's, we're getting the content out. I am pushing content. You guys are gonna see a lot of me this coming 2024, so be prepared. So I have my beautiful client here. She's going to a gala, and this is her first time getting her makeup professionally done, and I'm super excited to be her first. So right now I'm filling in her brows with the Morphe Micro Pencil in the shade Java, and I'm just filling out her natural shape of her brows. Then I am going in with concealer, 2 shades or a few shades lighter than her skin tone. We want to create a shape. We want to highlight the brow bone. We want to give an illusion of I just got my brows done, freshly waxed, okay? So this concealer is from e.l.f. It's their Hydrating e.l.f. concealer. I forgot what shade this is. I believe it is Tan Sand. Yes, it is Tan Sand. And I am using my small concealer brush to carve out the brows. Now I'm taking her foundation shade. It's the MAC Studio Fix foundation in NC55, and I'm carving the top brow. And the reason for me for doing this is because I don't want that highlighted effect going on top of the brows. It's just gonna look super fake. You always want your makeup to look super natural, like blended. It's all about blending. So you always have to take your time and see if everything is cohesive with each other. Now taking that foundation shade, I'm going back in the bottom of the brow, and I'm just adding a little bit of that foundation shade in the front of the brow, just to add a little bit more of that natural-esque I'm talking about, and leaving that highlighted tailbone so we could have that highlight going on, just so it could be an easier blend for me. So now I'm taking the e.l.f. concealer again in Tan Sand, and I'm gonna use that as my base, and as well as concealing the lids as well, so I can conceal any darkness or anything like that. Now I'm blending everything out, and I start off on the top of the brows because that's where I want it to be more natural. So I'm blending out the foundation on top first, and then I go in with blending the lids and everything. So that's what I do. First the top, and then go work my way down. Using the same brush, I am going back in to set the entire lids with a loose translucent powder, and the one that I'm using is from Beauty. It's their Trippin Smooth translucent powder, and I am setting the entire lids to prevent creasing, and it's going to allow the eyeshadow that I'm going to place in her lids to blend out smoothly. So that's what I'm doing. Now I am going in with my Nude Persuasion eyeshadow palette from Bolive Beauty. It's from Beauty by Melissa, and literally I use this palette literally 95% of the time for all my clients, because this is what my clients want. They want a neutral, natural, brown, eyeshadow look. So I'm taking my big fluffy brush from Morphe, and I'm taking like this almost like brick brown color, and I'm working it in the outer corners of the eye, and then I'm going to bring it forward or inward into the crease, but just above the crease. So that will be my first blend. And you see how I am working that eyeshadow? So I'm doing circular motions back and forth, circular motions, then bringing it into the crease or above the crease, back and forth. So that's what I do. Now I'm gonna go in with a teddy brown color. So it's a little darker than the first blend, and I'm taking a smaller detail brush, and it's also from Morphe, and I'm working it in the outer V of the eye, and I am just doing the same technique. I am placing it in, doing like a circular motion, and I'm bringing it inward into the crease. So that's what I'm doing. Now going back in with the e.l.f. concealer, which is the same shade that we used earlier, which is Tan Sand. We are just going to use that as the base for the lid color, and I'm just dabbing it in the lid area, and I'm dabbing it until it's dry. You do not want the lids to still be wet from the concealer, so you keep dabbing it dry. Now I'm going in with I believe it's one of the nude beige, like a nude beige color from the palette, and I'm setting that entire lid with that color. And I'm using the same brush, it's also from Morphe, and I'm just patting it into the lids. Now I'm going back in with that detailed brush, and I'm just blending out the harsh edges of that lid color, just around the edges so it could be a smooth blend. Now I'm gonna go in with my Ingot black gel liner, and I'm taking an angle brush, and this brush is super old, guys. I think this brush is 7 years old. I got this brush from Morphe Cosmetics, and it's their angled brush. Oh, it's amazing. I don't know if they still make it. I'm thinking about doing a makeup artist affordable brush video, and if I can find this, I will definitely link that for either in the description box now or in my future video. So I'm giving her a baby wing. She wanted a natural eye, and that's what we're doing. And I love a baby wing. I feel like it's very natural, wearable, especially for somebody like her who is getting her makeup done for the first time. Now I am priming her face, and I didn't show this, but I did a skin prep prior to starting her makeup. So right now I'm just using the e.l.f. matte putty primer, and I am just placing that in her face pretty much, and I'm blending it out. Okay, so we are applying foundation. It's the same foundation that I use to carve out the top of her brows. It is the MAC Studio Fix foundation in NC 55. Now I'm going to blend out the foundation, and I'm taking the Real Techniques foundation brush. And guys, Real Technique has one of the best brushes for makeup. So right now, how I am blending out the foundation is that I am pressing the foundation into the skin. I notice when you do that, you get the most coverage, and the blend of doing this technique is amazing. And I feel like it just works with the Real Technique brush. That technique when you press the foundation into the skin, I don't know, something about Real Technique brushes, it's just amazing. Now I am going in with the same color. Actually, no, it's not the same color. It is the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer in Deep Olive. Yes. No, not Deep Olive, Deep Caramel. I believe. It's one of the two. It's either Deep olive or deep caramel. But I left everything down in the description box below, all the products that I used, so you guys would know. But it's between the two. I switch between the two. And I am just using that concealer to pretty much conceal and highlight the face. So yeah, I'm using it to like highlight the center of the face. When you are doing women of color's makeup, especially, you want to create light into the face because we have a lot of shadows in our faces. So to add brightness back into the skin, you always want to make sure that you are highlighting and you're adding light into the skin. Now I am going back and forth between my concealer brush that I use and the foundation brush to pretty much blend everything together. You would think that this is a Real Technique brush. It's not. I got this brush from Shein for $2. Like, if you guys are an up and coming makeup artist and you guys need to build a kit in a budget, definitely check out Shein. I love this brush. I'm actually gonna get another one so I could have two in my brush kit, but I absolutely love it. So like I said, I'm going back and forth between the concealer brush and the foundation brush to make a really nice blend.
Maybe I'll love myself, I don't know. Leave me here, I'll fuck myself. See me in the mirror, I duck myself. Don't need myself, fuck my wealth.
Before I set the entire under eye, I like to go back in and really blend out the under eye before I press the press on powder underneath the eyes. When I do this, it prevents creasing, and if you have creasing underneath the eye before you set the under eye, it's gonna fuck up the entire look. So make sure you go one good time or one good last time underneath the eye, like blending underneath the eye before you use a setting powder. I'm using a press or one of those powder puffs that I also got from Shein as well. And I'm pressing that press powder in. And what I use is the MAC Studio Fix press powder and C7. So it's C7. After I do that, I pretty much set the center of the face with the press powder. Then I go back in with a loose powder. And the loose powder I'm using is from Beauty again, and it's their setting powder in honey. Now I'm setting the entire face with MAC Mineral Skin Finish in Dark Deep. And I'm just setting the entire face as well as wiping or swiping away the loose powder, but I'm leaving the under eye just so I could have that highlight. Now I'm going in with the Morphe face palette in 8R, and I'm using the bronzer color. It's like the second to last bronzer shade into the palette, and I'm bronzing up the skin with that. Now I felt like she needed a little bit of shimmer, so I'm taking like this champagne, almost white gold color from the Nude Persuasion palette, and I'm just placing it on top of that nude eyeshadow that we used prior. Now going back in with the Morphe face palette, I am using two blush shades from that palette, and it's going to be her blush color, and I'm putting it in the apples of her cheeks and then bringing it upward. Then the same bronzer that we used to add color to the skin, I am going to be contouring the nose, and I'm just bringing it downwards into the skin. So I am swiping away the loose powder, and I'm using the Studio Fix press powder to help me do that so we don't have any white cast or anything like that. It's gonna help with the blend as well. Then taking my MAC Oh Darling highlighter, and I am highlighting the bridge of the nose, giving her a button nose, underneath the brow bones, and above the cheekbone as well for highlighter. Now we're adding mascara, and I am prepping her lashes for falsies. And then I'm going to be taking my eyeliner, my black eyeliner from Urban Decay, and I'm just smudging in more, pretty much in the waterline, so that when I place the falsies, it's gonna give it like a nice blend, so there won't be any separation of falsies and lashes. And then I am doing my dual lash glue, and then I'm placing the lashes.
The fame, the bitches that's hating, they sit around waiting for you to fall off like the album I'm making. But I hope that you taking a little time for yourself. Still in a moment or two to unwind between the hectic sounds of your precious baby crying.
Now going back in with my black eyeliner from Urban Decay, I am placing that in the waterline, in the lower lashes. I hope I'm saying it right. Now taking those two brown shapes that we used prior in the lids, I'm just running it in the lower lash line just to give it more of a cohesive look and to blend out the eyeliner that we used, just to give it a smoky look. Now I'm outlining her lips with a brown lip pencil, and this is from NYX, and it's in the shade Espresso.
Hesitate, please just hit me and I'll be around. I'm gone.
Now I am taking my MAC lipstick in the shade Angel, and I am using that as her lip shade. Now I'm going to be adding some gloss, and the gloss I'm using is from NYX. It's their Milky Gloss, and it's in the shade Pink It Milky. Now I'm setting the entire face with the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray, and then I'm going back in with the foundation brush, and I'm pressing the setting spray into the skin. Okay guys, so this is the completed look. I really loved how this makeup look turned out. I love doing makeup on people who never done makeup before. It's just like a little present, it's like a surprise. But anyways, I am showing her the look right now and she liked it, and that's pretty much it guys. I'll see you later.